Are you going to need anything else?
You need it before May 1st.
You need something before May 1st? You do?
The problem is,
Who are you working with?
I can't say that who I'm working with right now.
Oh.
So, let's face it.
When do you think you need the money? And what's the nature of the project?
I think going through it like this is maybe the wrong way to approach it. The question that's in, we've already made one decision that the people were going to be allotted a $200 vote towards any project, and that decision has been essentially usurped by smaller group's decision to buy the equipment. And the question at hand really is how to deal with that, with this equipment, whether we want to keep it, whether we want
Well, that's what we're trying to do.
That's what we're trying to do.
I think there's nothing about everybody who was allotted the money needs the money. One way or another, people are going to be able to do it.
We're trying to determine.
No, some people don't need it right now.
There's only 6 people. We can give them full
No,
amount.
we have to get an idea of potential expenses for the next 6 months and see.
Yeah, no, I took a shower, so I thought I'd look
Robert?
for
Well, wait. Is there a
He's on, you know?
maybe I missed something. This is something.
No,
We have plenty of money made for it. Plenty of money.
I called him and he said he'd
Could
left
you wait?
I am working,
around 8.
and I can wait until May.
Okay.
Thank you.
So, Anine, who are you working with?
Yeah, I'm working with Harrison and with Tom Opness, possibly.
What's your last name?
It's film and transfer, video transfer and
Someone-
Yeah, I
sound.
have a gripe about that, because I've been working with various people in the group, and because I wasn't at that particular meeting, I
Combination.
really
A
unfair.
combination of meetings, it wasn't just one meeting, but decisions
Well, I mean, I was at meetings while you were away, and I didn't, I would just like some recognition from that. You know, I just was in that, there isn't
You
that
and Andrea and
recognition.
me and Michael.
Yeah, I
Thank
don't
you.
know.
Well, you didn't even,
But we all wrote it.
did you leave any notice with any other people in the group? that
Yeah,
you were
come
going
on, we
away?
all wrote it, and there were 2 before, so it's
Because
not
your name
like...
was, I don't recall your
Don't take
name
so
being brought
much.
up. But Betsy's name was brought up, right?
Big baby.
Seth was away and people left his name on the thing.
And that's how,
They're
that's
taking it.
how it was determined.
I'm gonna nominate Colin and Andrea as president and vice, as soon as the dust settles. Well, we could probably buy Cuba.
Oh, Tom, we're going to think.
And what's the amount you need?
200.
But this will come out of
We went after that.
Okay. Anything
But
else?
it's
Yeah.
in fact, I just wonder, like,
I love Willoughby, so it's okay.
I collaborated
You know.
with, still an unfinished video project, radiation newscast I did, and Alan helped me.
Yeah.
In a certain sense, I mean, it's a collaboration, and I did tape a videotape and editing time.
Yeah.
And I just wonder, it's still unfinished, and I'd like to go to Electronic Arts Intermix and really do a good edit.
Yeah, but you're going to be able to use this equipment, you know. So you're one of the people who's probably has the tape, and who's going to, I think that.
And I asked Colleen about it, and I just wondered when it could be set up, and how much money it takes to set up, and is there a person who is a
What do you mean?
technician who could...
It won't take any money.
Well, it won't.
It's
But
when
I checking.
Well, it needs, yeah, it
No,
doesn't-
It needs monitors, doesn't it?
yeah.
Which were.
You talk about editing equipment? We have 2 editing decks?
we have to do
Well,
it.
why don't you show, they haven't seen them, he hasn't seen them.
We have,
Can you unveil the 1979 editing?
Well, let's not go, I mean,
But
I may as well take a
I
look.
think people know what editing decks look like.
Okay,
I'm working with Alan.
Let's finish this.
Everybody's working on it. Good.
And then I imagine
You're
you'll
on
all
the- you
pay
got a
a
200
fee
thing.
for
You have
using
200
it, like
coming in.
hourly.
But I'm on that, and I'm working with Alan, and I haven't picked it up, and I needed to set up some kind of a workable sound system, because it's been impossible to deal with, like, camera microphones and shit doing films.
so you need 200,000.
So I need two to get something usable going for that. Alan.
So it's for equipment.
Yep.
I mean, like
Audio equipment.
a stereo or something for the...
No. Basically miking equipment.
What?
Miking equipment, a mixer, there's music, there's music,
Yeah.
and there's music, and there's
Have you applied for
voices going
emergency
down.
materials funds from Otis
I did this earlier this year, yeah, but they don't have it, they only have that for like 3 weeks until everybody scarfs it up, you know.
But Merck and Millennium have a lot of that equipment also that you could.
They could be left on the site, that could be
What is the
worked with
exact
whenever it
equipment?
was.
Hey, Scott, what's the exact equipment?
There's much more equipment than $200 will cover, and I'm gonna have
Oh,
to
what is it,
decide
though?
what's usable. Microphones, boom stands,
For
cable,
what
a
What
mixer.
project? It's not the.
For the
Alan's
video
project.
musical.
Alan's project. I'm doing music, and I'm also gonna sort of do the sound technique stuff.
Should we
Arrange the
include the
sound.
I don't know.
Should we include equipment in the
grants?
No.
Equipment
Yeah, I don't think that's quite fair.
not as a production expense. If you were setting up an audio,
Jesus.
a
Facility
recording
that everyone
studio
could
someplace.
There's
that
plenty of
everyone
that
could use,
exact equipment
that
right in
would
the
be
group
one
you could
thing,
borrow,
but-
or other
But
places you could
as a
borrow.
Well, all I know is that
Say you want
I've gone to
$200
3
worth of-
shooting sessions where there's an immense amount of shit, and also you have to have a consistent system because you have microphones with DIN plugs, microphones with phone plugs, not microphones with everything. You just can't. I've been to 3 shooting
Well, let's
sessions
take
that
a
have ended
vote.
up
We all know the nature of the
ended
argument.
up
How many
running.
people think that we
Diego,
should
do
be
not
able to
cut
vote?
me off. I said that have ended up running off of camera mic, and it doesn't work. It just doesn't work. You can't mix the sound. You can't do anything. Why is it necessary for a vote? I mean, it's a collaborative project. It needs a
No,
certain
because
something
it's
to get going.
equipment that you can get, we're asking, is it equipment that, is it just because you need the stuff, you want to have it around the house so you can do other projects?
No,
that you
I'm
wanna
putting
own
it on the, I'm
equipment?
putting it on the site, on the shooting sites, and making a project with it.
I think the
Okay, but after the
It's the same
project
way-
is over, it's not
Here is
necessarily
anything
for-
Is the equipment
A lot of
that they
other
got
people
Colab
ask
equipment
for it.
after you finish
Yeah.
this project? So that
I mean,
If
yeah, it
anybody-
isn't
if
rational, because
anybody-
if you want to go do that
You
through
can
with
do it to
everybody,
Kirsten and
I mean, and
Tina,
ask
anybody
Scott
else.
and Beth and ask
I mean, you
yourself.
can go
They're
down
buying
on
film
everybody.
stuff.
Okay.
It's the
So-
difference between materials that are expendable and just equipment that are, it's the same way we know it. NEA has it in,
That's right.
and all the granting systems say you can't buy
Well,
equipment.
then
and there's a reason for it.
how many of these are we gonna have to review according to what you're saying? Let's
I
run
don't
them
think
down.
anything.
That's how we're doing it
It's
right
all
now.
for, it's all for
Okay.
editing time or material that you can't.
Time.
Well,
it's not
excluding the
usable.
$3,000 for equipment.
As I said,
But
there's
that's
more.
I mean, but, well,
As
but
I
it's
said, there
equipment.
is more than $200.
Yeah, I'm not gonna hit
Robin,
it.
it's
You want me
equipment,
to move it backwards?
Yeah, that's-
Robin, it's equipment.
Away from it?
It's equipment that's owned,
How's that, good?
it's owned, this,
I'd rather move the
This
equipment.
is owned by Colab.
I mean, I don't even want to move the
yeah, it's
equipment
owned by
personally.
everybody.
Yeah, I know, it's different
Right.
from this. It's different
Yeah.
from this.
And
Well, let's
so,
just see how
if
many
you
people
wanna
think
give
that
the
it's
equipment.
And the other thing,
to
So
before
the
we-
way,
pool
the
of
way
equipment,
NEA does it is
then-
that equipment
Well,
under
but
a certain amount.
I said that, you know, there has to be Scott about buying
Yeah, well, this
equipment,
is,
yet
as
we're
I
sitting
said,
on
to really get this,
$2,000
to a system right, it would take more than that amount of money. Now, I've asked people if at any point anybody's interested in audio equipment.
I
And I've had
think
no
it would be
takers.
better to
I
take the
I wouldn't mind getting
$200
together with somebody and getting a whole setup.
to fundraise. Would be better to take the 200 and apply it to opening some facility or getting the equipment together for the whole group, right? Use
Well,
the
it wouldn't be
200
better
to
for
raise
getting this
5,000
project
of it.
done.
If you could use the money to pilot a $5,000 application for good recording equipment, mic stands, and, I mean, something like that, that would make more sense.
Well, as I said, brilliant hand. I mean, there's more than, to get a good recording setup that could be used, that's aimed at recording film sound.
Where is this
Takes-
equipment going to be?
Wherever the thing is being shot, we've shot in every time I've been someplace, it's been a
Who's
different
gonna own
place.
the equipment after the project's
Yeah.
over?
Myself.
Yeah, I mean, I haven't been here for a long time, but it seems to me that with equipment, like almost any type of audio equipment, you can get this number of facilities in the city, and equipment that you can't get, maybe you could like pad your usage
Well,
of
if
equipment
you-
through application, just a moment, through rental of equipment. It's like mixers rent for very.
You should also condense your shooting schedule so you can take the equipment out for a month.
Today
take
should
it
be-
for a month and then
Yeah, well,
Is it really?
I'm not organizing the shooting schedule, I'm doing the music. And
You're
sure
getting older,
setting up
aren't
the
you?
sound
26
system,
now?
nobody else knows how to do it.
Nobody's going to email you, you don't feel productive.
That's what she told me. She said you were too young for her, but, you know, what could I say? I didn't want to promote you too much, you know. Not at all. I said, there's nothing the matter with being young.
So Alan, are you actually doing two projects? Alan, question. Are you actually doing two separate projects or is one related to the other?
I'm shooting the television musical now.
And you're doing this picture?
Yeah.
He's not asking for money for the
Right.
musical.
Yeah, we know.
Oh.
I mean, I'd love to have money for the musical. I mean, I have $1.38. But I don't have.
Get this man another 38
I don't eat at fancy restaurants. I have
Hey, how many cabs have you taken this week?
You can actually get better ideas from not eating shit.
I've been to your house. I see all that fancy stuff you have there.
Niacin helps.
What about the white Cadillac?
Brain damage from canned food.
Well, how are we going to resolve this?
Well, that's only one.
Well, it's obvious that everybody wants the money, and
It's not
also.
obvious.
It's not.
We've only got $1,500. So is
But,
that it?
but then
That's
you've got the quips on top of
Sarah
that.
has asked me to speak for her, put her name down.
Up there at the same,
Oh yeah, plus Andrea Callard, who's not here tonight.
Yeah, I just want to clarify one thing
Wait, let's finish
for Andrea.
Brown
Yeah, I
next.
have Andrea's views too.
Okay.
Huh? Me too. Let's see if they conflict. We can take notes.
I have them too.
Oh, good.
She just wants to make sure the quip thing is going to be paid for out of her $200. That's all.
Right.
She's really concerned immediately
Okay.
about.
And what's the project?
Right.
Sound. Last 3 months.
And what do you
What's the
need to spend
project
the
do
money
that?
on?
Okay, it didn't seem like that, but.
Probably putting it together, editing. We've also been working with film and video.
What is the project?
Sort of exactly.
We haven't, she's still away, we're still putting it together.
When is she coming back?
Is this a dance thing or what?
John.
No,
What is it? A tape or film?
well, I'm not really sure yet.
I can say it's probably a film
We've been working on.
performance, something to do with
And when is
audio
it
thing.
gonna?
Thank you, Mitch.
I don't understand.
Thank you, Mitch.
It may be, I mean, we don't know what.
Isn't it all the way? You want me to sit down?
That sounds like.
Only when money's being distributed. She said it's
100
nice
piece,
discuss.
but I
She said it's
thought I
not
should
always.
make them the whole thing together. That's too expensive though, isn't it? So I'll make you do.
It's life, huh?
What's life?
Okay, so
Did you get
Did
A
you spend
star?
any money yet?
No, nobody.
3,000 for the second.
That kid's
But I
A
was
star,
gonna do that. The 3,000 goes towards making the multiple so that the next edition is
Andrea,
only the
her
original.
money's
I mean, you know what's
right?
happening. You're putting people in the
Yeah.
room.
Right,
let's
putting the work.
Yeah, I'll make some friends. Oh, good.
She just doesn't have any.
The which one?
No, it's
Is there a different money?
Work?
Is there another project that she desperately needs to
Uh-huh.
get additional?
It's too shiny.
Yeah,
because I've
seen all the rest of them.
Really?
I mean, it's the kind of thing.
Not
It's
immediately,
the kind
I'm
of
saying.
thing that if you do that on
I
any
think
sort
she
of
could wait till
regular
after the first.
projector that you project that on with regular projector
So anything
sound,
else?
it's going to be
Steph?
utterly inaudible every time there's a guitar sound on the floor. You know. Or if the speakers happen to resonate with, if the speakers happen to resonate with a certain kind of.
Don't throw it down.
No, I'm just saying, jump in on this if you want to have a good sound on the thing, you know. Because I don't have that many mics and a mixer compatible
But I
with
thought
them.
that
You know, we had those mics in the room and the mixer didn't work, no.
Yeah.
Well, plus Seth and I are working out the next issue of the next issue of X Magazine.
No, I thought that was.
The Africa issue.
I thought that was in your budget. Yay.
I mean, I'm collaborating with Seth on X Magazine, so that's a project that counts.
Your money's going to the quick.
No, but I still have $12.50
Watch out, watch the
for Alan,
screen, please.
and I have another $10, which I'm careful with this.
No, but no, don't start. This is
Did you call about it today?
No,
Jesus. Place for that thing.
They don't trust me, you know. I didn't do anything, and when Diego came charging over, they moved the screen.
it has to be a person,
Who are you working with?
one other person in Colab.
Well,
Yes.
if it's for
Three
new
people.
cinema, you can put it, what's your name again, Mitchell?
You've heard it, right? Listen to a film and we have music. If it's a certain pitch and
I have to point out to everybody, I've worked out a way to
that's
do
what happens when you
transfers from Super 8 video into
Oh, yeah?
recorder.
How?
It's working pretty well.
It's
I'm not
other
going to
than
sit down with it, but
Could you listen a second?
Is this where you project
This is
across the
important.
street?
this is where I project across the street. Now I'm doing it with the rear screen and the mirror, pretty much the way. No, it's not done like VPX. I'm using a 1600 color camera. But I'm getting pretty good results, and the color's better than any of the transfers I've had made, but I'm having trouble.
What's your phone again?
Right, color sharpness. Yeah, my number is 964-2566, and my name is Fred, and if you want to call me and talk to me about it,
Great.
I can do it.
Thanks.
We can't do it, in fact. We won't.
What's the problem you're having with it?
Just sharpness.
Anybody else?
Never
Okay, so let's
Any other ones? Anybody?
It's mostly the objective.
Is this it?
Well, then no one should have a question.
Listen, I think,
Yes, you do.
Everybody will get the
Everyone will
200.
get it May 1st, but let's add up what's here.
I think can't we give a little extra to the people who wait, like $2.50 or something a piece?
Oh.
that's bullshit.
No?
An extra incentive to wait?
It's like library. But the other thing is, there are other things.
Anya says it's important to big.
Patience fee.
I know, so people will.
There are many more people though, wait a
And there are
minute.
other avenues of money,
I can't
so.
add
You don't want your money in?
Yeah, everyone should know about the Media Bureau.
No, I don't want to sell
Does
the
everyone know
equipment
about
either.
that?
I think it's fine to keep the equipment.
Does everyone know they can get money
But
from the
there-
Media Bureau, from Office Space, for exhibitions?
That's exhausting.
That's all
Is
your
it?
stuff?
Yeah, we're gonna.
And emergency materials?
Now, another thing is that there would probably
They
have a
always,
benefit.
those things are good
which
for
will throw
September, I
another
think, and
No,
October.
you know,
Right.
Media Bureau has
$500.
$23,000.
Well, I've gone and had them be out of money when I went like 2
They're
weeks
not
too
I'm
late.
donating all the money from sales
Oh,
of my
yeah?
book to Colab. Since I can't get any for myself.
How about Colleen? Are you waiting, Colleen? Are you waiting?
No, we're doing it.
Oh, that's the quip.
Plus, I mean, we can charge money to do editing with the video. I mean, that seems logical that there are going to be a lot of
Yeah,
people
if
who want to
there's-
use the video
If there's
besides.
time above the
Yes.
Another 3 months.
We're gonna do the show together.
That means we would be paying
That's what I'm not as well.
$400 for them.
Liza scared him away.
No, 140 and 140.
Did you listen to him?
That means
No, I mean, I just.
300. That means $600 for them.
Change the
Do you want
subject.
to do that? Plus like paper and stuff? Yeah, maybe. I mean, we could wait.
They're
Get
not,
more money.
they have not been allotted.
Right,
Nichts Problemisch.
right.
Well, 1930, so everybody gets their money. Except how much is actually in the bank, Michael? You never really took it
2,500.
to the penny. How much is in the bank, including this 52.90?
Yeah, let's get
Yeah,
some
that's,
exact.
well, we went through it all. There was a budget report at the beginning.
Do we know? I want to subtract here so we know
Yeah,
how
Yeah,
much.
Michael has it.
Michael,
He has it in
500.
his ledger.
No, it's not. It's.
Can we have it
Let's get an
exact?
exact figure. Where's the checkbook?
But a cigarette.
Checkbook.
But
Someone's running out with the
break
Colab
for 2 minutes.
checkbook. Now we don't have to worry about any of that.
Putting some problems into this.
Me, you,
wait until the.
You are!
What has more problems?
Uli, maybe you could shut the outside door now and we can pause here.
let's
You
take
shut
a
the
10-minute
outside.
change of subject break while Michael adds up the
Steve Open.
figures.
And how many have you
And,
signed?
Two, because
Then the other
Michael
I-
and
the
Robin
deadline was going to come
told
later,
the
but
bank
he had a
that
really
there only needed to
interesting
be
point,
two
which is
signatures.
this
What? What did Michael and Robin
executive decision went into purchasing this offended some of the people, or it could offend further people if that kind of, you know, thing happened again on another piece of equipment or something. So we should,
people.
I think what happened was okay, it didn't offend
Who's
too
the
many people.
executive?
It wasn't an executive.
There were people called.
There were at least 7 people who were informed, and they agreed that in all probability, the rest of the group would approve of it. And we also did it knowing that if people really resented it and didn't want it, we could sell it the next day if we had to. So
Everybody so let's get out of the past and move to
it
the
was just
future.
a matter of changing money from one bank to another, Seth.
No, but
Wait, I'd like
We
to
really
know.
should have.
for the future,
I'd like to know
Who is it?
who's
Us
against
or-
it. Who's against it?
Your chick, Simon?
That's not the point.
yeah, they were talking about the method. So for the future, if anything like this happens again, everyone on the list should be told.
Wait a minute, there was
And a
also,
quorum of Other people have to
Diego, there
agree.
was something agreed upon a long time ago, which maybe people forget, is that there was a meeting called, yes, it's been set up. I mean, if people would just remember what's been set up. There is a group of people, and if there is agreement within that group, it's written somewhere in the red book, that if that group of people agrees upon it, then it is okay.
Really?
Yeah, well, what the fuck does it say, huh? What does it say?
When was that made?
It was made a long time ago. It was made at least a half a year
We have a really
ago.
traditional set of bylaws from the lawyer that established
Yeah,
the
but no
whole
one even knows that.
legal hierarchy.
Well, people should, there have been meetings,
This is
people can
collaborative
find out
project.
I
about
know,
it.
I'm just saying that, so that, I mean,
Okay,
it exists.
discussion closed.
It's irrelevant.
Michael, what's the exact
In the
figure?
future, doesn't everyone think that would be a good idea to telephone everybody and
Yes.
Who is everybody?
Everybody who stands to win
On
or lose
that
from the
small
thing.
list? Yeah,
There's
25 people.
26
Well,
people
then,
on the
Obvious
list.
communication.
we should, wait a minute.
There was also a problem with this particular one.
I mean, this is.
It happened that
Wait a
way.
minute.
To get it
We
that
keep
day.
Everyone
changing
should
the
look at
rules
the list
every
maybe
single.
too.
The rules, Beth. Think about the rules.
The rules
The
of
rules.
the clan.
Well,
In order to get it out.
What? No, but I think it's fair that from now on, the voting members are
Yes, absolutely.
contacted in at least 3/4. It seems like a high enough
She
figure.
wants to know who the voting members are, though.
The list is over here.
well, right now.
Wait a minute, I have another list.
Voting members, but all this
That
has
was for
got
the
to
last
change.
grant. Now we have to draw up a new list for the next grant.
There's
We'll
another
have
list
new board
here,
of directors
though.
as
Why
of
is John
tonight.
leaving? Why is John
Well,
leaving?
when I got down to the ground floor, they could just.
Well, maybe he didn't have any more.
He has an appointment, so everybody doesn't have to contest.
He's got to take a piss in the bathroom.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Yeah, okay, now while Michael finishes his mathematics, let's talk about procedure for new members. Like how often we should allow people, how many we should bring in a year.
I
What about the
disagree.
people that go away for a while?
Yeah.
Anybody want to talk?
Yeah. So on the last list, there were 25 people, of which some of whom aren't even here yet, like Betsy, right, who's been away for most of the grant period. Now there's going to be a new grant period, and I assume there's going to be a few new people, right?
Who are the other people who aren't here besides Betsy, just so we can see what money
Tim
is still?
Burns.
Tim, Betsy, Lindsay.
Okay.
Yeah,
Lindsay's
the
not on the list.
I mean, otherwise, how do you know?
I have a suggestion about that. If somebody's gonna leave town,
They can stay on the list if they're not going away permanently.
they should call and say that they're leaving town, but they're still, they're still there or whatever.
Right. I mean,
And
So, okay.
so that, and when somebody does that, then decisions affecting whatever affects them,
Right.
whatever it might be, nothing could be done affecting
I
them
think it's
until
fair
they're
to
back
appoint somebody
into
that
it.
is going to the meeting to speak for you.
Those people never even know they had $200
And they
to
can
begin
vote for
with,
you
and they can lose
too.
it.
They should be able to vote for you and they should be able to.
Yeah, but from now on,
Wait a
just to
minute.
say that everybody should, it should be like recognized that everybody who
This
knows
list was made
has to
up
deal
by
with it
the
or something.
group on the basis of, first of all, whose names were submitted to the NHA, but secondly, which people had participated actively, right? And that's how the consensus was arrived at.
And
And it
one
was
time-
felt that some people had no interest and weren't actively involved projects with other members of the group, and there was no reason why they should cash in when the grant funds came. That's how it was arrived at.
At one time, it was down to 10 people.
Right. Now,
You mean at one meeting?
Obviously, that's one.
Several meetings.
It does fluctuate, but then what happens is people who are sort of in the fluctuation away from it get cut out at every given moment.
I never heard of this 10-person committee.
It's not,
When?
Michael,
During the summer.
Michael, it's not in.
10-person committee that did what?
It's not in.
That's all the people in Colab at one time.
So when you talk about votes, you're talking about an attempt to rigidify human energy.
Well, you never
And that,
communicated
make that
this.
attempt is in itself an executive decision.
I have,
Here,
All in favor, the wife says
No,
for the
I'm opposed to that one. No, but I mean, if we're going to...
The ayes have it.
Now, what about this new list? There's obviously, there are obviously people who are now, who weren't on the original list, who are actively involved. So how do we do that?
control.
That's what happened last summer.
What is this?
maybe,
Oh,
People go away.
okay,
No, but what
sorry.
about new people who weren't on the
You have to
list?
write that.
Come on, yes.
I'm going to be away for 6 months, but I would like to be
Okay,
a
any-
Colab
I
member.
know, it should be in.
Well, nobody's making any suggestions, and
I thought it was decided.
Well,
I suggest that everybody who is a member now should
Yeah,
write a resume.
what?
Send a resume, and so we can send those off.
Yeah, but he said something about...
It
Something
was
more than
decided
that.
once that if somebody new showed up and sustained something for 3 meetings, they could take it.
That they were a member.
Expand.
It's not
Yeah,
as bad
right.
as
That
magazine
was, that rule
layout.
was arrived at because of a fear of takeover by gallerists who were gonna swoop down from,
Yeah.
Will.
Really?
Gallows are all
Pack the
holding other
meeting.
pacemakers, and you better remember that.
Don't turn on your microwave oven.
But also maybe submitting a resume, because that's something that for grants,
all got
that's
resumes, that's easy.
needed. I mean, some sort of bio.
Well, can we have an agreement that attendance at 3 meetings constitutes membership?
No.
Well, what constitutes
I think
membership?
twice a year, there should be a admission.
fee, $650?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's already agreed
That's-
upon. That's past
Good, to quit
business.
people. We already went through this, Seth. You already have it.
That's not-
Ask your neighbor. Das ist der Nachbarschaft.
There are a lot of smokes.
Yeah, there are a lot of smokes.
How about X Magazine?
No, wait a minute, the situation is
I
that
think
on
we
May
should
1st,
talk about
there's going to be
constitution and
seven-
membership again, because,
What? There's going to be $10,000, right?
right, and here we are, this group of
7,000.
25 people, right? And we're actually a larger group of
Has
people
anyone
in
thought
that.
about a good
That's my-
admission procedure? We've had a few days to think about it, and
Yeah, okay,
I'll give you
fair.
suggestions.
Let me, I had a
2/3
foundation in
resistance,
St.
that's
Louis
it.
for a
Right.
long time that was
Yeah.
similar to this. It was called Comedia, and it was made up only of filmmakers. And we had a problem this way because obviously once we had a lot of money,
Everyone can.
everybody wanted to come in. So what we did was we established.
Yeah.
We didn't have any. There was no set way to get in or out. You just voted people in or out on the basis of 50%. If 50% of the then members wanted to vote anyone in, they could do it. And if 2/3 wanted to vote anyone out, they could do it. And all we did was.
Fun meeting.
No,
It was.
given this personality, this
Well-
kind of personality, all the energy we go. Forget it.
It takes a long time.
Forget about it.
Most people out though. Now, if somebody doesn't come to a meeting though for a year straight, 2/3 of the people want to get rid of
People
it.
would bring lighting fluid to the meeting.
You have to establish something though. I mean,
Yeah.
You can't just.
I think,
Ow,
Actually, that seems fine, because nobody would get voted out, and everybody would get voted in, and we'd
then
have
less
to get
and
more
less
money,
money.
because we'd have more members,
don't you
right?
realize the occult?
Right, expand.
have you entered this?
Yeah, developmental research.
Maybe we should have a
You think we should
rotating,
stay small
maybe we
or
should have a
break into even
rotating
smaller
grant,
groups?
It's only 604, right?
3.
grant writing.
Seth, I think we ought to work out a group of 3.
Did somebody run home and get a calculator?
I have, I think it's
Why is there cut? I mean, I never got a percentage, and I've done
Okay, there's only $400 left in the bank, going back to the money.
Yeah.
So that's plenty if we do something quick to get a benefit.
Well, wait a minute.
Well, we need $200.
Let's get this
Because
membership
I'm sure that
thing
the
out
video
of the
equipment will
way.
break down totally in January. By January 20th.
Hey, wait a minute, that's an issue.
Ah, come on, shut up.
Right, yeah.
There's like a $200 checkout fee, right? You can have a mechanic check that equipment out for $200?
Right.
And then there's like an anticipation. In every video budget, there's a percentage.
I
No,
know.
we can have it checked.
I know.
Of maintenance, that should be
There's a
better
guy
than
called
nothing.
Young Kim who's given a free estimate.
Who's read that?
Is there gonna be any cost? to spend
Arguments
at any
against-
time?
I think that it's
Well, wait a
obvious
minute,
that we
yeah.
need more than $400 to make it through the next 6 months, right?
Well, first of all, we need,
So there are two approaches to dealing with that. One is we can curtail expenses here, say pay a portion of the quip and hold them off, and then other people take less money, or, you know, raise money in the interim.
Or also charge for editing.
yeah, I think,
I mean, you can't-
let's discuss
We
the
have to
equipment.
charge for editing to pay the
That's-
maintenance.
right.
But that
Yeah.
could be 1 or 2 people a week that are regular users, right?
Yeah.
And that would cover maintenance on the
We also
equipment.
have to buy monitors.
We also have to have insurance.
Monitors,
We
we
also want a
have
color
possibly,
camera.
I talked to Shabelson.
Stefan had a
he
statement
said
here.
that one of them did
He
work.
wants that we move to send a letter to President Carter condemning him for.
Well, yeah, but they need $100
No,
more.
TVs are different than mine.
Okay, the situation of
Yeah, that's a good idea.
the monitors.
Is this from
Sorry, could we just talk about the monitors a second? There are 2 Conrack black and white monitors from the same source as this equipment. However, Paul Shabelson told me that they do not work and would cost at least 100. And if he says 100, it's probably more to fix them.
Not if
No.
he fixes it.
He's not.
He doesn't.
Not if he takes him to the fix.
He won't do that. He won't do that. Now, the other thing is, I think
Under
it would make
gunpoint.
sense to get 1 black and white and 1 color monitor rather than 2 black and white monitors.
But you can also use
Yeah,
TV.
totally.
right.
Yeah, there's a cheaper way to do that. You can buy one black and white regular receiver.
I'll
and one
donate my
color-
black and white TV set. I hate it.
Shut up.
I'm
Stop it.
serious.
There you go. Let him finish.
I don't use I do video constantly. I don't use any monitors. I just use RF units. They're much cheaper. You can buy 2 RF units, and the advantage of RF units
That
is
doesn't
most
go
people.
into an RF unit.
No,
You
Oh, this
can,
one, oh, these
These don't have
These are
RF
20.
units.
I thought these were 2850s.
they are, but they don't have RF.
Oh, this isn't the A.
there is a way you can convert them though. He
Yeah, there
said
is.
So
something
you have
about.
to pay money.
Oh,
And
don't worry
also,
about
can you
money.
tape, you can't tape off a TV that has no, you need a monitor.
No.
I think we need
Absolutely not.
monitors.
So it's a
So,
lot of money.
one monitor, you
One
can
So
tape off
let's
the TV.
spend the money to get it fixed. These 2 monitors.
Oh, you don't know what they look like too. They're really
But do
horses.
they work? Can we get other monitors?
You need
Too
at
bad
least
we
one
didn't,
color monitor.
too bad we didn't buy $3,000
Does anyone
worth of
have any
cocaine on
ideas
top
about
of
getting
that.
some monitors?
You sure these don't
Hey, what do you
have
think it would have been like if it had been $3,000 worth of coke and we'd set
Is
it on the
anyone
middle
going
of
to
the
a
table?
university in the next 2 weeks that they could steal a color monitor? You
Do you have some
can,
ideas?
let's let them both join. If they bring back some color monitor, we'll let them join immediately. This is,
Does anyone have ideas about a color monitor? I know we can get one for 500, a very good one.
Trinitron?
A small, yeah, small.
Well, I wouldn't mind if instead we spent $1,500 on a camera and just
Well,
looked through the lens and used it as the
I know,
monitor.
but Hitachi camera for less than that.
Huh?
I know, but Hitachi camera.
Yeah,
for
right.
over 1100.
Right.
well, let's think of some money-making schemes for this stupid bunch of creeps.
No, but it's a different.
You know, let's make some money as a group so we can support ourselves.
Is anyone else trying to grant application?
Besides grants, I mean, because only a few, executives are capable of selling.
Really?
I can't do
A group of folks, a few people.
When I apply for grants, I
For
don't think
anybody
it's
who
easy to
brought in
apply for a
material
group
when it
of
was being
persons who are
done.
working in film or
Right.
video. There are
I
different
mean,
kinds of grants that I have to
well,
3 pages, I have
No,
about 4
I mean,
pages of information.
I was called up and
between
said,
something like 16, 80 grants.
if you have some material.
Yeah,
bring it
Xerox
forward.
That's
labels
good.
of the
Resumes and
places.
photos, bring it
That's
forward.
You can Xerox
You can
off,
get
and people
that.
can all apply
I
for
also
grants.
have access to
No,
free
you-
Let's
Xerox.
just
the
do
list is
it.
many.
I also have access to free Xerox on a very,
Three people.
limited basis.
Pretty
It would
working.
have to be something, I probably
no one
couldn't
else
do it,
heard of
I
it?
really
No,
can't
I'm-
get into it like on a personal basis, but like,
Could have
when you have
said
stuff that has to
custom
be done like
printing.
for the group essentially, where you need hundreds of copies. There's a machine that's very poor quality, it's only black and white. But
That's
it's
cool
good
for a
enough-
lot of
it's
stuff.
good as black and white.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes I thought it
Great.
was
Doesn't have any
It's really all right, and
Xerox
it's
is
free.
so cheap now.
Xerox is very cheap.
Well, but big deal, it's wonderful, it's
Instead of
free.
paying $100 for Xerox, you can save $100.
That's great.
Xerox.
Will it be free?
Yeah.
Probably be just as expensive as having.
Paper and toner. The toner is only $800 a
Plus you
pack.
can't take anything off the tube if it's not a
That's, you know,
Well,
it's very
Do they have different colors?
Well,
we should get the
still, it's
equipment
worth
checked,
it.
and then we'll have to figure out
What is it, $200 more?
what would be a reasonable
that's,
fee.
they're gonna end.
I think we should try and get the monitors for the video thing.
$5 an hour and $5 an hour for somebody to help.
Can't we get from Merck color monitors?
I think $10 an hour to do editing on this stuff is really cheap, actually, it's fine. And all of us should pay it until it gets worked out. What do you mean? That's too much?
No, you figure out a maintenance.
Huh? What?
Figure out the pattern of use, how many hours, and the percentage that you would normally pay for.
Right, but we also want to pay it, we want to pay it back in, we don't just want to operate, we'd like to equalize it a little so some of the money for the video goes back in, right?
We don't have to pay our equipment, we don't own it technically.
Really? Well, how much do you, how much does Merck charge to do it?
I'd like to see them try it.
Nothing? No, I thought they do have a fee now. It's not free anymore. Yeah.
So then why do we
Yeah, it's
grant
plus.
No, we have to have a fund.
Right. well, we
Right,
can
but
get-
3/4 inch
We can have
plus.
it for free ourselves
Please,
and
can
take 2
people listen?
commercial customers at $20 an hour, like the guy from,
Davidson Gigliotti.
no, he's got it.
People will go to Estabrook though,
No,
we're
but
not
they-
professional editors, you don't know,
We don't
the
have a
editors
waveform
that
monitor.
Estabrook
That's
has are,
bullshit, just to harp up
are
money
good,
for
come
people.
on.
No, wait a minute, there are a lot of people who
Editors.
need
Those
dubs
guys
made,
don't know
right?
anything.
Right, just
You
straight
don't need a
graph.
waveform monitor to make a dub.
Right.
Right,
Maybe
can you
that-
beat, we can't really beat $5 an hour though.
Part of
We
it,
have to decide that.
Oh, that's awful cheap, I don't know.
I think we should eliminate the idea of professional editors.
How much is Estabrook? It's $5 an hour. So,
We can't beat
No.
Estabrook, I think that's why they're, individually, people who are in Colab using the equipment should pay rent.
Right.
Because we can't
Really?
beat prices that Ted Estabrook has right now in editing if we charge people from the outside.
I know, but
And
there
we
are
have to keep
people,
up the
there are
maintenance.
people who would rather just come here.
Yeah, I don't
because
think there'll be
it's
time for the
next door.
outside.
Right, I mean, that's another
We
point
shouldn't try and
too.
start making money on this equipment.
Right.
It's delicate, and there's enough
It
people
should-
with demands on it
And it's-
already.
And
I'm
that's
sure.
why people should pay
but
to
we do
use
want to
it
pay for
in
maintenance, and we
Colab.
want to pay for getting a couple of color monitors, and, you know.
Let's think of other ways, because
would
people
be-
will
Right.
fuck up the
Would
equipment.
be better.
Yeah, or like
Oh, no,
$10
oh,
a day.
no.
That'd be $16 a day.
Yeah.
Which would be plenty to pay for, you know, where it's
I think it should be a $5 an hour fee.
That creep, I stopped and checked on that creep. Ted Estabrook is a
Because
Boy
you don't
Scout.
know what it takes to maintain video equipment.
Listen, I suggest,
Really, I mean, if there's someone going in there every day using it, it's gonna break down a lot.
Why don't you get an estimate about how much it costs to maintain per month and divide that
Nobody knows.
You
Plus,
can't
have
figure
to
it out, it
establish-
depends on how old the equipment
You have to
is.
establish
Don't
a
yell
national
at,
pro
don't
rate.
yell at Eric.
As far as normal maintenance costs, the kind of use that people are gonna give it, they would have to take an act.
You don't know what that use
To have
is.
it
Right.
not be, I'm not saying no money, I'm saying the money, the money.
Look, we have connections to people that can fix this equipment at what time they make themselves useful.
Right, this is what I'm saying.
I think that's
I'm just saying the maintenance
I don't
cost.
think you can run it.
That's
Yeah.
right.
Don't maintain it, you're gonna produce fucked up tape.
Right.
So you're gonna produce a tape that's gonna look okay, you're gonna take it to another machine and it's gonna go, ugh.
I think $5 an hour.
Plus, we've got rental on the space,
Kill
right?
Sony executives.
And the parts that wear out regularly.
What kind of overhauls do you have, like how often do you have to replace such and such? Do you have any idea about what it would run to for a full week of editing?
You have to.
Fred said he could
What
estimate.
is the
Speed check on the heads all the time, the heads wear out, they're about $150
It's
a
just like
set.
this group.
Yeah, right.
So,
And every rubber part in the thing wears out, unless you know how to clean it properly, like every 8 hours. It's
Water,
not-
you
it's
should
not
use
clean.
clean distilled water. Just think about it.
I suggest a $5 an hour fee on people using it.
Well,
And I
before,
think-
Get it.
Yeah,
plus we've
Go back to
got,
Long Island.
we've got rental on the space besides. I mean, nobody's giving a free space with this equipment with no
Right.
rent or no construction.
Part
I
of
mean,
the
we don't
joy
even know
and
where we're
ecstasy
keeping
of having
it.
our first grant is that we use it for nothing, that we can enjoy the
yeah.
full, absolutely free flavor of this equipment.
Why don't we make it $2 an hour for a month?
Well, then
And then at the
do
end
it-
of a month,
make it
compute
small then.
the
$2.
use against
Yeah.
the maintenance. And meanwhile, cover the maintenance out of the general fund. Two, you're all jerks.
Alan, you don't know
Listen,
what's
X
gonna
magazine
happen
was
with
only
this.
$1.
To have it kind of checked out.
75 per two.
It's not gonna make it.
Let somebody who can mathematically think up the whole figure system in their head.
But you won't know for a month. You won't know for a while.
I have a 28. I have a 2800. I don't have a 2850, and this is what it really costs. Okay, and all this bullshit about not costing anything.
How much a month?
It costs how much? Okay, I would say that every year I've spent between $500 to $600 maintaining my equipment.
12 into 5 or
One
600.
cent, what? Okay. I would estimate that I use
How much?
I would estimate that I use the equipment somewhere around 40 hours a month. That it's actually running 40 hours a month.
So that's 10 hours a week.
I am very careful, but what I'm saying is, you can't have 2850, nobody even open it up for 75 hours. Figure $200 to have all the rubber parts replaced every 8 months, okay?
So give us
I think we should do it $1,000 a year.
It works out that it costs $12.50 a week for $10 hours use. Let's say $1 an hour, right?
Right.
But
I
that's
think-
careful using.
That's
Yeah.
careful.
Have to be careful.
With one person running it.
One person doing
I
it.
mean,
$1 an hour.
the
What
difference
about-
between one
Just
person
jump
using
to
a
the
machine
year,
and
you know?
15
It's easier to
all
figure out
learning the
year.
controls.
800 to 1,000 in a year.
800 a year.
Let's say 800 a year divided by 12 is.
That's
go.
65 a month. That seems low. I think it'd be more
That's only
like.
one deck.
Let's
And
say
that's only
70
one,
per deck.
that's only one deck, that's only one person.
Okay, so that's
That's a
$130.
$3,000 deck,
Well,
not a
not more than
$5,000.
$1,000 a year. We're just having teenage Jesus play.
I think we should allow $150 to $200 a month for maintenance. Minimum.
Allow 200.
Huh?
If you have 2 decks in it.
And plus you have the unit in the middle, plus you have the
Allow for
monitors.
like,
and-
let's not give such a big figure that we
No,
stress
no,
the
right.
idea of wearing the
Right.
equipment down.
Do you think 150 to 200 is reasonable?
Okay.
Yeah, that'll take care of it. That'll definitely.
So then how much do we need to make the, let's say the
You're gonna
equipment shouldn't be
save
used
$5
more than
an hour.
12 hours a day, right?
I hope not.
I think 12
hours a day.
What about 250 an hour?
No, 10 hours.
I have to hire somebody to fill in.
That's pretty expensive.
Anyway, when I work 10 hours, I only gotta work
10 hours.
How about $1?
But not when you're working.
$1 an hour. $1 an hour.
Yeah, right, man.
Oh, that's
People in the
brutal.
Per machine.
No,
Per machine.
$2 an hour will help cover the rent and stuff.
We still have to get monitors, and I think that these things ought to pay for themselves. goddammit.
Well, then we should pay for
Say
it
that
out
again.
of other hours.
Let's be clever and
There were 9 just black and white.
How many months do you have? How many months?
The one money is left over to go.
But I can't afford 50 bucks a day. I don't know, but I can't afford 50 bucks a day.
Diego, how about $2 and $2.50 an hour and put it down the middle?
Make it 3. 6. Does anybody go for 6?
This equipment's gonna be in the trash can within a couple.
Anybody else got it? Let's
It
just
is.
go around.
Within a couple.
Everybody, let's run down the line and say your price. Scott, $2 an hour, $1.
Seems as good as scientific as anyway.
Mitch?
Them down.
Somebody write these down.
All right, I
Quickly.
I go for $5 an hour. The person who's editing was having more than 8 hours a week. All right, that would get reduced. Do it on a rotated basis. Maybe also I'd offer a special hour for like the night shift, like 12 to 8. No, like maybe $3. That's $5.
It's more expensive, that's more like it works.
To encourage people to.